Famcast Media. Bitch.
Lucky 13 Podcast.
We're live here at Lucky 13 Saloon from the back room of Lucky 13 Saloon. We got Jamal.
Yeah.
And we got Dee behind the fucking camera.
Yo, yo.
And what's up from Jeff? How you guys doing?
It's been a long fucking year so far.
Yeah, it is. I'm exhausted. I hear you. You got no guests today. It's just the three of us going to be bullshitting with you. Filling you in and on talk about some fucking whatever happens today.
As fucking tired as I am, I can say that, I don't know, a lot of good shit has happened this year.
Yeah?
I've gone to more shows this year than I have since I started going to shows.
Well, dude, there's so many fucking shows happening. There's so many shows. Every week there's a show happening.
Did you just see my friends in California? They went to the Ramstein one, bro, and they were like, it was fucking killer.
Yeah. They were just out here. I mean, every week there's a freaking great show happening.
Yeah, I saw fucking Meshuggah last week.
Yeah, what was that shit?
Yeah.
You put up a video that you were like, you just, I can't explain it. You got to be here.
Yeah, I was in the pit with my fucking phone.
Yeah, awesome.
I was killing motherfuckers. In there.
Meshuggah's always a good show, man.
Yeah, it was great. The lights were great. The music was great. And my boy Rudy had just like fucked up his hand like hours before that. So he just had like some emergency surgery and he smashed his hand.
Ouch.
And yeah, we were like in the back, you can't get in the pit. Or if you get hit, you're going down. And the shit starts. So I'm just looking at him. He's looking at me. I said, we're going out there, right?
Are they an American band?
No.
No?
Swedish.
Sweden. It's from Sweden.
Okay. All right. I didn't know, man. I didn't know.
It's all right, man. I'm not hating on you.
I remember fucking, what was it? The way I found out about Meshuggah was when Korn got Head back. They said Head and Monkey went into the studio with 8-string guitars, and they fucking wrote a whole album. And John Davis was like, "What are you, Meshuggah?
Yeah.
Can you go back and do it on 7-string? It sounds real like fucking Google."
Yeah. That's the first time I heard Meshuggah.
That was the first time I ever heard of who it was. Like Meshuggah. I was like, "Who's this Meshuggah?"
Yeah, first time I heard of Meshuggah was actually this first time I heard of Candiria. It was like 1997, and Rolling Stone was the top 5 up and coming metal bands.
They've been out that long?
Yeah.
What the fuck have I
They've
been,
around
bro?
for a long time.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, there was the top 5 up and coming metal bands, and only 2 that I remember checking out was, I don't remember who else was on there, but it was Meshuggah and Candiria.
Yeah, when I first heard Meshuggah, I didn't even know what the fuck an 8-string sound like. I was like, what are these explosions in the background?
Yeah. They got a different kind of sound.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Yeah. Yo, have you started watching the Jeffrey Dahmer fucking thing?
No, not yet, but I see it. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Yeah.
How is it?
It's fucking crazy, bro. It's like, listen, I know the whole story, and like I am still fucking disturbed. And like they, at first when I know the story pretty well. And like the opening, I don't care if I'm ruining it for you guys. Like if you know the story, you know this fucking story. He ate people.
Who the fuck doesn't know this story?
People.
But listen, I know, like it started out from the last dude that he tried to kill, and the dude gets away, and like that was kind of the opening. It's kind of the opening, and at first when they did that, I'm like, oh, maybe they're just gonna go into the trial. It's 10 things, and I'm like on the 3rd one in, and I'm already like very fucking creeped out, and like I don't get uncomfortable that easy. But there's a lot of like gay sex and drugging these dudes and killing and drilling in heads.
So they're keeping it real.
Oh my God, yes. And because at first, like literally, like the last dude they get, I remember he was handcuffed and he ended up getting out somehow, but I didn't hear so much. They get into a lot of the detail. It's very accurate, and it's fucking disturbing. This guy was a fucking lunatic. I'm glad he's dead.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sick people in the fucking world, man.
Yeah, dude, it's more I don't know if it's disturbing me more because it's all real. It all happened. Like I've seen movies with, I don't know, real life is stranger than fiction because to make this fucking, I know you couldn't make this story up. And the girl who's doing it, from what I see, is Jennifer Lynch, I think was the one who directed it. And it's David Lynch's daughter, if you know David Lynch's movies like Blue Velvet and Lost Highways. And,
Yeah, I remember Lost Highways.
What else did he do? He did Twin Peaks, the Twin Peaks series. Like David Lynch was a maniac in his own right. And then his daughter, she did a movie with Vincent D'Onofrio, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or so, and it's fucking disturbing. Like, It's really disturbing. So when I heard she was part of it, like, yeah, it's brutal.
Crazy bitch.
You're
Yeah.
fucking mimicking reality because when you're making a movie, a fucking scary movie, if you will, there's only so far the imagination can go until there's some shit that actually happened that you could not imagine.
Yeah.
And some people are just born fucking nuts, and then some people just lose their shit.
Well, and he says, like, he's like, dude, he's like, I've always been like this. I've always had these thoughts, you know. He's like, nothing made me this way. He's like, this is just who I am.
I don't get it, dude. I mean, I don't want to know what it feels like to wake up and say, I'm going to go fucking eat somebody. But I mean, who the fuck thinks like that?
Well, you don't wake up one day thinking that.
No, I think it's a gradual fucking. I'm having these weird thoughts.
I mean,
where
I
I'd
used to
like
wake up thinking like, man, I wonder what it'd be like to fuck Tiffany Amber Thiessen or something, you know? Like,
Yeah, but then you don't get to exercise those thoughts. You don't have some kind of chemical imbalance in your brain that says, you know what, I'm going to go stand outside her door.
no, I just knew it was never going to happen.
Yeah.
No, but it's,
You know, the only thing I can even relate that fucking sort of thoughts to is like having a drug problem. You know what I mean? Like when I was doing pills and I was addicted to pills. You know, it's the only thing I can kind of relate to on those like dark fucking thoughts. Like, I don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna fucking do it. But I mean, that's just taking a pill or snorting a fucking pill. That's not, you know, fucking drugging some dude and dragging him to your room and then
Banging him and eating his brains.
killing him first, then banging him, then eating him, then dismembering his fucking body, boiling his bones, keeping some of it. You know what I mean? It's like a whole fucking thing, man. Ugh. It's really
There's a
disturbing.
whole lot of loving going on there, man.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in, and I'm like skeeved the fuck out. And like,
Fuck.
Diane's like, sitting next, she's like, I'm really uncomfortable. I'm like, yeah, I'm uncomfortable too. And
listen, man, for every great fucking person there is in the world, there's somebody that's born like that.
yeah,
I mean, you have to finish it now. Cause you,
I'm
you can't just,
100%. 100%. I'm gonna finish it. Listen, it's like riding a roller coaster. I'm still gonna fucking finish it. You know. And listen, I watch true crime shit all the time. And this one is, it's bad. And I've watched documentaries on him, but actually, like watching it, and the dude that plays him is the dude from American Horror Story, and he's doing an amazing job. He does an amazing job.
Well, he had how many fucking seasons to fucking practice on that
to
show?
be a fucking creep. Yeah, he's a good fucking creep. Yeah.
Listen, man, when I worked in the fucking psych hospital, like I have stories that like you can't even fucking tell people.
Yeah.
From like patients that I've met, it's like, wow, he did what?
Yeah.
And like some of these people can be helped, some of these people cannot be helped. And like the people that aren't born like that, it's like years and years of like trauma and stress and like not really getting a lot of help until like, you know, some people just fucking snap.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, where's God? Where's Jesus?
I mean, and that's why, listen, I used to go to fucking
I'm throwing
church.
it out there. Fuck it.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I used to go to fucking church.
Where the fuck's God and where the fuck is Jesus?
Now I have fucking infidel tattooed on my fucking knee.
Dude,
Listen, I was an altar boy, man.
did they touch you?
No, I never got touched. Fortunately,
Did you know anybody who got touched?
No, I didn't. My priest wasn't a molester.
Oh man.
Or maybe he just wasn't into you like that.
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe. Right?
maybe.
You know? It's like,
I don't know. I started growing my hair out early. You know
I
what
like
I mean?
metal dudes.
Probably like those dudes that used to bully in school. Like, he has long hair.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
One of those long hairs.
I was little and had long hair. I mean, whatever, and I just wasn't into me.
But speaking of fucking dark shit, so I don't know if you saw in the fucking news a couple of weeks ago about something that happened in Coney Island.
There was a shootout. I saw that one.
Well, it's a real unfortunate thing, but I'm gonna touch on it right now.
All right.
It was a woman that had drowned her 3 kids.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Friend of mine.
No.
Yeah.
You knew her?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I forget what her maiden name was, but yeah, her name is Erin. Her fucking birthday is still on my calendar on my phone.
No shit.
And like when I saw that shit on the news, it fucked me up so fucking bad.
Yeah, that's gotta fuck you up.
And the thing about what the media is gonna do and what they're gonna say and everything like that, they're gonna say she's a fucking monster. They're saying that it's postpartum depression. Let me tell you a little thing about her. She has been so fucked up for as long as I've known her.
Yeah.
She's had a life that she probably won't even get a chance to tell that story, even if she's so far gone that she's not even able to tell that story. She was in, her mother was in the military from some other country, from like one of the islands, and her mother was completely insane, had PTSD, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And they ended up putting her in foster care, where she was like raped and abused by her father every single day. And the only way to get
The
out.
mother?
No, by her foster father.
Oh.
And the only way for her to get out was to burn the fucking house down.
Wow.
And I think because she was so young, there's like no record that happened.
Yeah.
And then me talking to her when we're like 19, 20 years old, telling me this shit, I'm like, holy shit, she's fucked up.
So she's your age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her birthday is next month,
Wow.
the 14th of fucking October. And like, she's been, and we have a fucking society where you're like brainwashed to believe, no, everything is fine. I'm okay. I just got to get a job. I just got to do this. I'm not having weird thoughts.
No.
You know, or if I am, let me go take this pill. It was a fucking struggle. There was one time she called me in the middle of the fucking night because she was back at her mother's house and like the EMS was kicking the door down to come and get her. And I had a fucking girl in my house at the time. And I'm just like, yo, I don't usually do this, but you got to get the fuck out right now. I got to go take care of one of my friends. I was working retail at the time. I had to put on my fucking Best Buy uniform and get on a bus at 3 o'clock in the morning and just go like be with her. She had no job. She had no fucking money and she was a vegan. So like I'm working like around the clock retail fucking job, making 50 cents to pay my rent, to buy food, and then also like buy food for her and shit. I remember she wanted to go to fucking beauty school, Empire State Beauty School. I paid the tuition. She didn't go.
Wow, you were that tight with her.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even down to when she had her first kid, because granted, she'd been through a lot of shit and we had like separated as friends a couple of times because you would read some of the shit that she would do and say like, oh wow, you just fucked up. You're a fucked up person. You're a bitch. But it's like, nah, you've been through some shit. And I get that because I've been through some shit.
Yeah.
And when she had her first fucking kid, this fucking guy, I don't know his fucking name, but her first husband was a terrible fucking dude. He was in the fucking military. And he didn't take care of her, didn't take care of the kid, anything like that. And he went down to Maryland, I believe. And they made it so that he didn't have to pay any child support. Tried to take the child away from her. And it made it so like he didn't have any kids. And that's why you see on the news that her eldest child suffered from neglect and all sorts of stuff because she probably stopped loving that child.
Yeah.
Not by choice, but when you have years and years and years of, not fucking getting help and not being well and all sorts of shit, because we've had talks about some dark thoughts that she's had before.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah. And it's fucking rough. And I don't know if she'll ever get to tell that fucking story because I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Like, you're gonna die in jail.
I'm sure. Well, I have
Nah,
to say,
she's gonna fucking get, somebody's gonna fucking murder her.
I know. That's why I said I'm gonna tell the story now.
Well, listen, you never know, man. Because listen, you look at like women who have done this in the past. They're in hospitals. They're still in fucking hospitals. They're not going to put her in with the general population.
The way that she talks, though, it's gonna make it seem as if like this is. She comes off as a coherent person.
Yeah, listen, a therapist is going to see through that fucking kind of. She's not a coherent person if she killed her 3 fucking kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? What was it, a 7-year-old, a 3-month-old, and what was the other one? There was one that was like 4 or something.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing, I don't think that the kid's father is the same guy. I think the 2 second oldest children was from another dude. Yeah. And I don't know if he knew what he was walking into at the time because she obviously like met somebody since then and they had kids, but it's just like, it's fucking mental health is a real fucking thing. And for the people that, they get a little uncomfortable, don't know how to talk to people sometime and then fucking cry wolf when it comes to that shit. That's not what the fuck mental health is.
No, and that's why, listen, this
Mental illness,
yeah, when I see people fucking crying shit on fucking Facebook, sometimes makes me fucking nuts.
Everybody says the same shit. Y'all all taking the same medication. Like, I'll take Adderall because I can't fucking pay attention. I have ADHD. Like, mental fucking illnesses, I'm so sick that I killed my children.
Yeah, that's fucking, I got the chills. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. And that shit, I don't fucking watch the news, Jeff.
Yeah.
It was fucking pouring rain and I had the bike and I had stopped and I'm like checking my phone like, when the fuck is it going to stop raining? I'm going to cut this TV on for a second so I could just check the weather.
Yeah.
And how at the bottom of the screen, like you just see little things passing by. I just saw like the last name, a funeral for a little girl. I'm like, Murdy? Well, I know that fucking name. I was just talking about her that day. I fucking taught her how to play guitar and shit.
Yeah.
Well, she started to. She didn't fucking finish. But like, I was talking about her that day, and I looked it up, and then her whole fucking name came up, and I'm like, no way, I was just talking about her. And it's just fucking crazy, man, when it's somebody that you fucking know.
Yeah.
Scribble, we're live, man. We're live. It's not pre-recorded, motherfucker.
Oh, I hear.
Pre-recorded.
We had one of our fucking, our first porter killed somebody.
What?
Yeah. The first dude we had cleaning the place. I used to work at Webster Hall, and when I first left Webster Hall, there was this guy, fucking Jimmy, that used to work with me. And he ended up getting fired because he was born and raised at the Lower East Side, older Puerto Rican dude. I liked the guy. He was always very fucking charming. I could see he could get a little fucking crazy, but and one time and listen, one time he got fired from Lucky 13 because he scared one of the women at Lucky 13. They're like, yo, there's something wrong with that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Get him the fuck out of here. So they fired him, and I had just opened up Lucky 13. So I'm like, listen, man, I can give you work a couple days a week if you want to come and like clean. You know what I mean? And he's
So
like,
you didn't even know, like.
well, listen, I like the guy. I knew he was a little bit off. But then one day he didn't show up for fucking work. And I'm like, and he shows up like the next day. And I'm like, yo, what happened? He's like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I got arrested. I'm like, oh, what happened? He's like, some kids were throwing snowballs at me. So I went over and beat the fuck out of them. I'm like, dude, like, relax. You know what? Like, so he obviously had a temper, So one day he just doesn't show up. Like, he just doesn't show up. I'm like, whatever. I knew he'd been in jail a few times. So I'm like, whatever. He just disappeared. And then, whatever, fast forward a month or so, and then all of a sudden, and I don't watch the news or listen to the news regularly either. But I remember one day I was like, I put on like 10-10 wins for, if I'm listening to the traffic, I was like, put on 10-10 wins or something. And I hear this dude walked into fucking a grocery store on the Lower East Side and basically decapitated his girlfriend behind the fucking deli counter.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that
and
shit.
then stabbed her coworker. And all of a sudden, and I was like, and for some reason, it really bothered me. I mean, hearing somebody getting almost decapitated, like in fucking daylight, whatever, like in broad daylight. So then, so the next morning, I forget about it for a minute. The next morning, I wake up and I happen to put on New York One. I put on New York One, and whose face pops up? Fucking Jimmy Gonzalez. His face popped up, and I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, that's fucking Jimmy, and he actually escaped. He went to Connecticut first, got on a bus, ended up down in Florida, but then he used his real Social Security number when he went into a shelter in Florida, and that's where they busted him. And it was funny because they showed it on the fucking news, and I know how charming that dude can be. And like when the cops picked him up in Florida and they drove him back to New York, and when they pulled him out and they were like, yo, how do you feel about getting caught? And he's like, listen, man, the cops did their job. He's like, I made a mistake. He's like, and I saw he was.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and you could see the look on the cop's face where the guy's charming and you could kind of like the guy, but when he fucking snaps, he's a maniac.
I think you're gonna snap on Scribble for this comment right here. He says Duff's got hotter chicks and better beer.
Then Lucky 13, no fucking way.
He likes to poke the bear. That's my homie.
That's all right. The beer's colder here, and the women are fucking sluttier. So
he's Kerry King approves Duffs.
Yeah, that's all right.
Fuck him too.
Yeah, fuck it.
Until I meet him, and I'll say
exactly.
fuck him.
Then I'll be nice to him.
I heard the chick said Duff's got dicks. Fuck, man.
Yeah, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that reminds me of another time I was working in the hospital. This guy was on the fucking news what the fuck do you call it? He like kidnapped his girlfriend and like killed people in the building and like barricaded her inside the fucking thing. And there's a patient that I have. You could see the shit all over the news in the Bronx. So when they arrested him, he had a big smile on his face.
Yeah.
People are fucking crazy, man.
People are fucking nuts.
A lot of times, like, the thing is, like, there's assholes and there's crazy people. Assholes choose to be assholes.
Yeah.
Crazy people don't choose to be crazy.
No.
I'm going to say that again. Assholes choose to be assholes. Crazy people don't choose to be crazy.
Yeah.
I promise you that. I grew up with that shit in my family my whole fucking life.
Assholes are fucking assholes.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I never sat there and fucking said, I'm gonna kill my girlfriend. I'm gonna fucking do this.
I don't think it's a conscious
it's not a coherent
fuck?
thought. It's not something you say to yourself.
I said I'm gonna kill that meatloaf or some shit,
It's impulse control. But listen, I've wanted to kill a girl or two, and I've been like, you fight that urge to punch them in the face, where you wish you could punch them in the face.
Well, I mean, punching in the face and killing her, two different things, man.
Listen, I've had a girl or two I've wanted to fucking, slit her throat, but I think I'm like reasonable enough where I didn't go through with it.
Yeah. And that illness part is that you start to justify, if possible, in your head, like this is why I'm gonna kill this person. This is why it makes sense, and I'm gonna do it because it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's that sickness part. It's like, no, it don't make sense, but you made sense out of it, or maybe you're just not having any coherent thought at all, because that's what happens a lot of the fucking time. You see people walking down the street like What the fuck you think they're thinking about? Nothing you could imagine. That's called internally preoccupied.
Well, like that guy that walks up and down the block with a cup of coffee and a bat.
Or like the guy that be screaming that's picking up cigarettes.
Yeah. There was a guy that was walking up and down the block with a fucking bat out here.
Yeah, he walks up and down. When I fucking came here one time early, bro, he was walking up the block with a fucking cup of coffee in one hand and a Louisville Slugger in the other.
Yeah, he's not around anymore.
And also, fucking people stop thinking you know what a crazy person fucking looks like. You have no idea what a
Dude, I fucking grew up around it. I'm never going to forget what where I lived in Jersey City, bro, there was a fucking crazy house right down the block, and they would kick them all out at 7 o'clock in the morning. And one guy used to do push-ups for cigarettes, bro, for all the gang members that were on the corner. I guess it's fucking...
That's what they do out here. They kick them out at 7 o'clock in the morning, so they flood the streets.
They're like, get out, you know?
Yeah, look at the guy from fucking last week. They killed the guy at the fucking smoke shop.
Yeah, the guy
What?
at the smoke shop right over that we all go get cigarettes at. I think it was the owner that fucking stabbed. Was it the owner that stabbed him? Because now...
No, it was the dude on the bike stabbed another customer.
But apparently the dude, the family of the dude that got stabbed is fucking trying to sue the store now.
Why?
I don't know. But it was like the dude just died. And like literally the next day, they're like, oh, now he's going to sue the owner of the store.
Because they don't have no money for the funeral.
Exactly.
Well, we got something here from Scribble. He said, what about the rapper Big Lurch who ate his girlfriend, found him in L.A. naked, covered in blood, yelling at the sky?
Oh, PCP.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, wasn't that? No, that was bath salts, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably bath salts.
I think it was bath
That's when
salts.
people were fucking eating each other. And shit.
Yeah.
PCP is totally different.
It should have happened in Florida.
Fucking everything happens in Florida.
Yeah, it does. You ever Google your fucking type your birthday and then Florida man?
No.
Yeah, it's a good.
Don't.
It's
I'm
a good
scared
look, yeah.
now. Now you're just looking at me. I'm scared. I don't know. What are they going to fucking come out of my mirror and shit?
No, it's just, you Google your birthday and it said it'll see what happened on that fucking date.
In Florida.
In Florida, yeah. I remember I Googled mine one time and it was like, man severs his own penis. Yeah, it's.
What?
Yeah. It's a good little fucking.
Scribble said that was way before bath salts incident at PCP.
PCP is just as bad.
So somebody eating their fucking girlfriend covered in blood looking at the sky.
No, it was bath salts have been out for a fucking while. I've been making them for years.
Listen, I've eaten my girlfriend covered in blood. She's not dead.
So wait, so what the fuck is bath salt? What is it? I'm pitching just salt you put in the bathtub or whatever, like
I have
Epsom
no
salt.
fucking idea. I have no
Just,
idea.
if you have to call it that, it's something that you shouldn't be consuming.
Yeah, I imagine it's like Ajax bleach.
It
You know
probably
what I
is.
mean? Yeah,
It probably
little Mr. Bubbles.
Isn't it the concoction? Fucking what's his name? Fucking
Mr. Scribbles
Trump-
knows, but fucking he Scribbles. He knows what fucking bath salts are.
Yeah, PCP makes you do crazy things. Dude from WuTang cut his dick off.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with people? I can't cut off Mr. Happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, if I was into little kids, I would be cutting off my own dick. You know?
He was into little kids.
I don't know, but I'm
I don't know.
assuming.
Scribble, was he into little kids? He cut off his dick.
Yeah.
Maybe fucking Bruce Jenner was on PCP.
Well, he got his dick cut. Yeah, he went through with the whole snip.
Well, that's a whole different story.
Ooh. See the guy banging that, bro. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Come at me, dog. I don't fucking care. Fuck Bruce Jenner.
Yeah. I don't fucking know anything.
Yeah, it's a crazy fucking world.
It is. What's
What
it?
we got here? Scribble said, nah, he was just high as fuck for 2 weeks off of dust.
Was that dude from WuTang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But
dude?
why do you cut your own dick off?
I don't know. You look at it and say, it's like, the snake is alive. You know?
Like, how does? I don't know how it gets. Oh, I don't know. I got a story I could tell you guys off the air. This is somebody who I know very well, and I got some.
You gotta fucking hate yourself to cut your dick off, because for me the first slice is like, oh, never mind. But you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that you fucking see when you wake up. Oh, hey, what's up, guy? You still there? All right, cool.
Yeah, dude. I got a dark story for you guys. I can't tell it on the podcast.
Come on.
I can't tell it on the podcast. I got family who I got people back home who watch this, and a lot of people know. I don't want to. Whatever, man.
Gonna creep him out.
No, they know the story, but I don't. Whatever, man. The dude's still around. So
Is he out or in?
Oh, he's out. He's out.
Oh,
He's out, and he's out, and he's a little off his rocker. And I really don't want him coming to New York to visit me. Like, yo, why you putting my shit out there? You know.
I don't know if he can make it past Frankie, bro.
What's that?
I don't know if he's gonna make it past Frankie.
He's got some handicaps too. So fucking crazy.
Yeah. So what do you think about fucking Lamachia fucking joining Quicksand?
Super happy for him, man.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. He's that's awesome. Yeah, he's starting October 6th. He's starting in Vegas.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So, and Quicksand's they're a Brooklyn band or local New York?
New York area, and Johnny's done work with them before, so that's how we knew the guys, and that's why they ended up approaching them and stuff like that. So,
Speak a lot of shit into existence back here.
Yeah, seriously, bro. We were just like I said, we were talking about that when he was here.
yeah,
Talking about Quicksand.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm happy for him.
You know, now it's in Quicksand.
Yeah.
You know.
Now we just got to get fucking Malcolm Brickhouse to join a good band.
Yeah, exactly.
And get off them fucking Zans.
Yeah.
Word up.
Fucking Malcolm, get off it. I saw you post something about fucking Xanax.
Yeah, man.
Oh, see, there we go. He had a bunch of children from different chicks and was upset because he didn't see any of them because he pays salary support. So his frustration made him cut his dick off.
Blamed it on the drugs.
Yeah.
Because that's a real coherent statement for somebody that was on drugs.
What is it? Seeing how September 11th passed this week, what are you guys' memories? He was 10 years old in L.A. when it happened, so he doesn't really remember shit.
Yeah.
I was in 4th grade. I could actually see it from my window.
Yeah. I was at Webster Hall. I was home when it happened. I got the last train into Brooklyn. I fucking I was actually I was living in Bushwick before Bushwick was cool, and I was living in this shitty little fucking studio apartment, $600 a month. Fucking ceiling was falling in and shit. But I remember I was listening to Howard Stern, and I had my TV on, and I had rabbit ears. I didn't have cable or nothing.
Yeah.
So I had rabbit ears, and I remember Howard Stern saying that the planes hit the World Trade Center. So I fucking turn on the news, and all of a sudden, I see the second plane hit, and then my TV went out because fucking the antennas were on top of the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh shit, it's fucking 9:15. I got to get to work. You know what I mean? I had to be there by 10. So I ran and jumped on the train and got the last train to Brooklyn, to Manhattan, the L train. And when I showed up, that day it was a Tuesday, and they had the Latin rock series that time. So they were loading equipment in the club. But everybody was standing outside listening to the news and shit like that. And you could see the smoke starting to come up, and the buildings hadn't collapsed yet. And then next thing you know, fucking the buildings went down. And it was just like, I don't know, man. It was kind of a blur. It was crazy. You could see this, like, from where I was on. So as I was on 11th Street, you could see the smoke coming up. You started seeing all the fucking ambulances. The street all of a sudden went from being busy to completely dead. It was like, I just remember it being like not a car on the fucking street except seeing the ambulances coming up from downtown with dust and shit all covering them. And I remember when the buildings collapsed, I like broke out into tears. I was like, holy fuck. It was just reality setting. It was just like, I thought like a few thousand people just fucking died. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I watched them both go down from the fucking corner of my house. It was right there on top of the hill.
Yeah. I'm sure you
Bird's
could
eye
see it right
view
where
of
you
fucking
were.
New York City and shit. And I remember fucking, like, I felt bad just for the simple fact of like you saw a lot of Muslim women walking around with the hijab on and everything, and they're walking around with their kids, and people screaming out their windows, "You better get the fuck out of here, or we're gonna kill you." I'm like,
yo, that was the after effects of it were crazy. I remember me and Melody were together at the time, and
shout outs to Melody Henry, who I'm very curious to know if you are real or you're a figment of my imagination.
We'll get her on. I was living in Bushwick, but I basically this is how we ended up moving in together, because when I left Manhattan, I walked over the bridge and went to Melody's house in Park Slope, and I stayed there. And I remember she was working at Jimmy Duff's old spot in Hell's Kitchen, Bellevue Bar at the time. So sometimes I would wait for her to come home at 4:00 in the morning and sit on the front stoop smoking a cigarette. And I remember I was sitting on the stoop smoking a cigarette, and she comes driving up the block in a car with a cab with the fucking window smashed in.
What?
And because the dudes.
Oh.
Yeah, he was an Arab cab driver, and she was in the back fucking seat. And the dudes had a badge, apparently. I forget, Melody would have to tell you the story, but there was like the dudes had a badge or something like that, and got the car to stop, and then fucking smashed the windows in, and like Melody's in the back seat freaking the fuck out, and like he still drove her home, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And she was like it was wild. It was like firemen or policemen or something like that actually stopped him and smashed the guy's fucking window in. But there was a lot of that shit going on in the city afterwards.
Sure. Was it? How did you all feel once you saw the second plane hit? Because until that point, it seemed like it was an accident.
Man, like it seemed like it was an accident at first, and at first everybody thought it was an accident. They're like, it's
I woke. I was supposed to go to Wisconsin that day.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I was getting ready to go to the Greyhound in Newark. And my brother's like, I shared a room with my older brother, and he was like, bro, he's like, Twin Towers are on fire. And I'm like, man, that's going to be a big-ass hook and ladder to get up there, man. How do you get a fucking firefighter or firefighters up there to take out a fucking fire?
You don't.
You know, I didn't realize. It was like, nobody saw no.
How old were you?
Oh, dude, man, I was like, what, 23?
Okay.
Something like that, 24, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was just crazy. And then it just, right there, I was like, I better get ready to go to Newark. And he's like, you ain't going anywhere. Because then it started scrolling down on the screen, all fucking transits and everything cut.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, it was fucking wild, man. I definitely, it was a crazy fucking day. And then, it was, I don't even know what I fucking thought, man. I was just horrified. And then, and kind of feeling like a zombie walking home. Like, I had to walk from 11th Street to Park Slope and had to walk over the fucking Manhattan Bridge to get home. And, the silence of the city was insane, and walking over the bridge with people who were covered in blood and dust and shit like that, and the smoke just fucking pouring out. And I just remember being absolutely silent. Nobody speaking, just fucking, and you just hearing sirens and all this kind of shit. It was wild. I didn't know what to fucking think. And then when I got home, listen, man, I know people who joined the military right afterwards, and I was kind of one of those guys. Like, you were so upset that you're like, "Fuck, I want to go over there and fucking fight and whatever." And I'm glad I didn't. The shit show that it turned into, but yeah, man, I remember being pissed off and sad.
I remember hearing a lot of people say, "I'm joining the military today," and I'm like, "Oh."
I know guys that did. I was actually just talking to a guy that I know recently who he joined right afterwards, and he went in and he's all fucked up from it, and he completely regrets it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude, they went over there fucking just murking motherfuckers that didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Will we ever know what really fucking happened? I don't know.
Never.
It's ironic that we're talking about this, and the fucking post that I used today for the podcast, I put Ashes of the Wake. Lamb of God is one of the fucking soldiers talking about what happened when he went over there.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking ironic. A little creepy, but ironic as fuck.
Yeah, well, listen, it's crazy, man. So the guy that I was talking to, he's in my club, and he got blown up 3 times. He got blown up 3 fucking times. He got blown up 3 times. Yeah. His first day.
He got a Purple Heart?
No. It's fucking horrible, the story that happened to him. So he got blown up the first day he was there. He fucking got there. They were going out to do some sort of recon. He was in the back seat of a fucking Hummer, and they're cruising around. They were just kind of supposed to show him around and all this kind of shit. All of a sudden, they got hit with a fucking bomb. They got hit, and he jumped out of the fucking back, and he said the driver of the Humvee was now. He said he couldn't comprehend what he was seeing. The guy he looked like he was sitting in a hole. But he was he was cut in half. But he looked like his first thought was, why is he in a hole?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Shit.
But yeah, he was completely cut in half.
Body decapitated.
Yeah. It was crazy. He went through a lot of shit. But long story short, he ended up basically the last time he got blown up. Afterwards, a whole I don't want to tell his story too much, but it's basically when after he got blown up and all that kind of shit, he ended up saying, "Give me a fucking gun, I'm gonna kill anybody I see." And his fucking whatever head officer in charge or whatever said that he fucking all the people, everybody else in the vehicle got shipped to the hospital. The ones that made it. And they shipped him to the psych ward, and he didn't get a Purple Heart because of it. He got in trouble. He got put on desk duty because he didn't say, "I'm going to go shoot the bad guys" or whatever.
Shoot everybody.
He said, "I'm going to shoot everybody," and so he didn't get a Purple Heart. He got
That's fucked up.
Fucked his life up. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that this poor fucking guy happened to him.
Well, I gotta say that Scribbles a bitch because I told him to call in. And he's not calling in because he says he's nervous.
He lost his best friend, did 3 tours in Iraq. Got home, couldn't handle it. Yeah, dude. It's fucked up, man. These poor fucking military guys that, don't get help. The fucking suicide rate is crazy. Yeah. And,
But I think they grabbed a lot of Midwest fucking people for the war.
Not
shit,
just
man.
Midwest, too, but, you grab guys, who don't have a ton going on. They kind of, I mean, listen, even if you have a strong mind, they're getting kids who are fucking 18 years old.
Yeah.
You're 18 years old, you're going in. And like he said at this point, a friend of mine said at this point, like, you're fighting for your brothers. You know what I mean? Your friends get blown up. You're not thinking about the country. Your brothers just got blown up. You know what I mean? They have a fucking bond together. So you're going to go over and, I get it. I get it.
Well, what's crazy too is that the only plane that they let fucking go at 9/11 was fucking was Bin Laden's family.
Yeah.
One plane was allowed to leave the country, and that was his family.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, is like, yo, like Scribble said, do you think it was an inside job?
I don't know, man. Listen, I hate to fucking...
It's touchy, bro. It's touchy.
It's touchy. Listen, I've watched a ton of documentaries of how the buildings collapsed. There's no fucking footage of the plane that crashed into the Pentagon. Nothing. There's no footage.
No plane. There's nothing, yeah.
Yeah, and like, I've watched all the documentaries about all that kind of shit.
That's one thing they never even touch on is the whole Pentagon shit.
Yeah. Well, was it a plane that fucking hit the Pentagon? You know what I mean? Like,
he's asking, do you think the government was shot down the plane?
Fuck yes, 100%. 100% they shot that fucking plane down.
They made a movie out of it, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they've said that all the fucking stories on the plane and all that kind of shit were bullshit. You know what I mean?
Corey, how are you gonna know fucking let's get the plastic fucking knives and forks and we're gonna, how do you know what they were doing?
Yeah, and you're saying that they called their families. You couldn't fucking get through to anybody.
I never got phone cell service on a plane, man.
Listen, like now you can get Wi-Fi on the fucking plane. Back then you couldn't. And listen, even when you were in New York, like I had a fucking cell phone at that time. You tried to use your cell phone, it did not fucking work. The lines were
was off
busy.
The towers. Everything was all coming off the plane.
It took a long time before cell phones worked again because all the antennas were on
TV
top
was
of
like
the
a
fucking
month.
towers.
But what's funny though? It's how like it's just so fucking crazy how everything fucking just happens. Like TVs went down, right? And then after that, they started selling these fucking boxes. Do you buy your to connect to your fucking TVs?
Yeah.
And then 2 years after that, the boxes were inside the fucking TVs now. It's like, bro, come on, man. That's a little fucking shady right there.
I don't know. There's a lot of suspect shit about all that.
I never dug too much into that shit because I was in 4th grade and I remember all of that shit because I could see it from the fucking school.
Yeah.
But also I grew up in the hood where I literally saw people get killed every day.
Yeah.
And my understanding was just like, okay, people are dying.
Yeah, but also being that great, like in that grade, like to see fucking 2,000 people, or however many people got killed, like that, it's a lot. And like being that young too, you're not going to digest it as much as when. And
also, they were very far away versus me seeing people getting shot and ran over in front of my house.
Yeah.
Because like I saw that, I was like, fuck, it fucked me up when I saw it then, but that was also like a couple years ago. I've been seeing crazy shit since I was really young.
Yeah.
But I was just like, yeah, people die. Because I had to get over that a long time ago. And then I remember like when we left, I was just like, can I go play outside?
Yeah.
I remember I saw like fucking military helicopters for the first time. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't remember anything else. I don't remember the next day of school or probably the next year.
See, I remember days afterwards. It was just like everybody's just sitting in front of the fucking TV. When you're kids, you're not gonna feel it as much. But like, imagine it happening again now. Something that extreme.
So for me, that was the lockdown.
Yeah.
Because that's when I started doing security. That's when we're having the riots and shit. I'm sitting in a fucking parking lot with a bulletproof vest on with no gun.
Yeah.
Out there, people are fucking. I never even told this story. So I was doing security in Long Island City, outside of a Bed and Bath.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
That shit. They kept getting hit at night.
The white people store.
And they had me doing a detail for the store by myself in this parking lot with no gun. And then
why do you have a bulletproof vest and no gun?
I don't know. So like I'm there and I'm just like I'm like fucking listening to metal and shit because I just have to stay awake all night. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do if people do show up? Like I'm gonna just call the cops. And I happened to have my uniform on at the time. but I don't have anything on my car saying that I was security, and we had the fucking what do you call it? The curfew at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then like
shit.
at some point or another, I didn't drift off, but I fucking like spaced out for a minute, and then 2 fucking cops was like banging on my windows from both sides with their fucking guns out. What are you doing out here? I'm like, yo, look at my shirt. It's a fucking I'm working. I'm fucking working.
Yeah.
And it was like pouring rain and shit. And like they eventually like a whole squad was in the parking lot. I'm like, cool, if something happened,
We got a black man over here sleeping in the car with a bulletproof vest on.
Listen, he was
and work gear.
The difference between that sort of situation, though, is like after 9/11 happened. Listen, I was living in the fucking hood at the time, and like you walk down the street and people actually said hello. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they were real nice to you after 9/11.
Yeah, everybody was. Like,
Everybody
it was
was
like, you know, listen, I actually got friendly with the dealers on my block because of it. You know what I mean? First, I walk out, they're all sitting on my fucking car, and then we're friends after that. You know what I mean? Like, it was like fucking, but it was, man. It was like, it kind of brought everybody, it was a weird time.
It was a unity, bro. It was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking weird, man.
Yeah, people kind of came together. There was, you know, fucking crime was got nothing. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was angry at us.
It was like us versus them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's what that's what the government pushed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's what happened. You know what I
It is.
mean? Like, now, you know what I mean? And listen, if they want fucking us to come together, they'll bomb something else because now they've separated us so much. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, because like look at the whole COVID shit. There was no crime for the entirety of that shit.
what is it? There's 3 things if you don't question, I question your logic. Yeah, 9/11, JFK, and the moon landing. Yeah, JFK definitely 100%. The fucking mob helped kill fucking JFK.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know, listen, man, I'm not a Trump guy, but Trump wanted all the documents from the JFK assassination released. All of it.
They
You know
haven't-
what I
they
mean?
never released it
And
yet?
they didn't release all. They released a lot of it.
Yeah.
But and all these people are fucking dead. You know what I mean? But they still won't. They still won't release some of it because it implements the government. Like dudes in government had shit to do with it.
They killed fucking him, his brother, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X all that fucking in like 1 year span or 2 year span.
And
Yeah.
Tupac.
Tupac and Biggie. Well,
They did kill fucking, I guarantee you, bro.
Malcolm X. I mean, Malcolm X. His own community ended up fucking killing him.
Nah, they won't say that, but
They won't
yeah.
say it. They won't say it. But there was a good documentary on and the moon landing, man.
That's fake as a fucking
Yeah.
$3 bill, bro.
I don't know, man. I will listen. I watch shit like that all the time. I don't know what to fucking believe. I've watched stuff he said I only see the Nazi connections. I only saw the moon landing because of the Nazi connections. LOL and waving the flag. Yeah, I mean, listen. The moon landing. Listen, I do believe on the dark side of the moon.
It was a great album.
Yeah, it's a good album. And have you ever done the Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
With it? It's
yeah,
pretty cool.
stoned as a fucker, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, you got to do it when you're fucking stoned. You ever watch the Wizard of Oz and play? Do you like Pink Floyd?
It's on YouTube, bro.
No.
People put the video up on YouTube.
Yeah. I guess you can watch it like that now.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit at home with your VHS
No.
and your fucking CD player.
They got it synced up for you ready on YouTube. Just smoke a nice J.
Yeah. Yeah, you Pink Floyd fan or no?
Not really.
Not a Wizard of Oz fan?
It's a cool album cover.
I was not a big Pink Floyd guy either, but if you the Pink Floyd, if you play the album with the Wizard of Oz, it goes along with the movie.
It's
pretty
fucking in sync, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And Justin Timberlake style.
Yeah. But the moonland, Malcolm X was killed after he denounced racial divides. Yes.
Well, yeah, he went to fucking Mecca and saw that every fucking color was a fucking Muslim, bro, not just black people. Bro.
Yeah.
And he's, he wasn't following the fucking.
There's too many things happening today and every fucking day to keep going back to like shit that there's so many things that this fucking country has done that we knew it was fucked up when it was happening, like fucking pesticides.
Yeah, pesticides. Listen, but there's some shit that they can't keep under wraps anymore. Like, listen, alien stuff. Everybody's got cell phones now. You know what I mean? Like, you can record shit.
Well,
and
they
see
let
crazy shit.
those files out, and nobody still fucking believes it. Nobody cares.
Oh, who doesn't believe it? Do you believe in aliens?
I believe it.
Fuck yeah, I do
I've
too.
fucking seen it a couple times.
Yeah,
But
have
I mean,
you? I'm dying to
but
see it,
nobody's
fucking.
making a fucking big deal out of it. It's like, bro,
Well, what are you gonna do until they? I mean, how big of a deal can you make of it until they come down and say, hey, this is the way it is. I mean, what are we gonna do about it? I bet like 90% of my friends believe in fucking aliens and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't talk to them all about it, but I would assume they do.
I find it funny how the people say fucking they believe in Jesus but don't believe in aliens.
Well, I find that kind of ridiculous.
Or they believe in Jesus but don't believe in Santa Claus.
Fucking flying Jew in the sky. You actually I see some shit over here a lot.
But
What, a flying Jew?
No, I haven't seen a flying Jew yet. I've seen a fucking crawling one when they drink too much.
yeah,
But like it's particular, especially like because you can see Mars and Saturn from right outside of Lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has something to do with where we are, but the couple of times that I've seen some shit has been outside of here.
there was some shit. If you go on What Is New York on Instagram?
No, I've seen a couple posts. Now.
So they last night there was lights above Manhattan.
Really?
They posted, there were these crazy lights going above Manhattan. But yeah, I 100% believe. But and listen, man, and I've heard theories that the moon was made by aliens and it's actually hollow. Like this dude, I watch all these crazy fucking alien things and stuff like that.
Eddie
Whatever
Bravo.
believe. Aliens aren't bullshit. I ain't questioning the media to push the stars. Look at Operation Bluebeam. Listen, the media isn't pushing fucking aliens. You know what I mean? The Discovery Plus is
The media's pushing the Kardashians and shit.
Exactly. Discovery Plus and all that kind of shit are pushing aliens.
To think we're the center of the universe and we're this fucked up, it's impossible.
There's definitely aliens. There's definitely, and listen, and
Better be.
And Jesus is a fucking gray. You know what I mean? Like,
Fucking.
and
I just love the way that they fight. How the fucking like all these fucking religious fanatics are fucking just like, you believe in fucking in a nothing in the sky or whatever. You believe in fucking. There's no fucking. I don't care about this proof. There's no fucking proof. There's Jesus.
Listen, there might have been a guy named Jesus. You know what I mean?
I know a guy named Jesus. I went to school with him.
Yeah, I know Jesus.
Yeah.
But listen, man, who knows? But listen, and a lot of the religions, what do you say? I believe in aliens, not just that they are here.
I don't necessarily agree with that. And I agree with that part. So
If they're here, they're interdimensional.
So the 2 or 3 times that I've seen them twice over here and once outside of fucking St.
Saw
Vitus.
some aliens?
Yeah.
Listen, I think I fucking know some aliens.
They come in your establishment,
exactly.
dude.
I think Frankie's a fucking alien.
But I feel like we see things on a 3-dimensional plane. I believe what I've seen is 4-dimensional, so it kind of just looks like a ball of fire out of nowhere because that's how we perceive something that looks like that. Yeah. But it's something that moves in a way that nothing moves, and it looks like fire in the sky.
Jesus was a weed guy.
You got me thinking Jesus was a fucking gray now because all the Jews wear that same wig.
The Jews don't. The Jewish religion, that they don't think Jesus was a prophet. Like they don't.
He was one of their homies that they fucking got him killed.
Yeah, but they don't think he was. They don't think he was. This as what Christians make him out to be.
Yeah, he wasn't Jewish enough. He was out there giving out free bread.
They don't believe that he rose. They don't believe that he rose from the dead and all this kind of stuff. They're like, that's bullshit. But they do have some the royals are lizard people. Who's the royals?
The fucking the Queen of England and stuff.
Oh yeah. They're totally fucking.
Well, she just went back to her planet. She fucking 100 years was almost up.
What are they? And listen, I do think there's bases in fucking New Mexico and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
I think they've been here for a while.
Oh, they're in the ocean, man.
I do believe that would be.
We can't
in
get
the
down
ocean.
there.
Yeah.
Ocean, man.
Yeah.
Gotta be in the fucking the deepest part of the ocean.
Deepest part of the ocean, deepest part of the earth. They can get in. They can get in there. We can't get in there.
If you listen to any old fucking, especially old rock and shit, where they weren't able to keep secrets as well as they are now. Where fucking a lot of bands will be talking about shit that should be fucking secrets.
Well, they can't keep secrets now with the way the internet is and all that kind of shit. It's just gonna get worse.
The media can make you believe whatever the fuck it wants.
Nah, not if you fucking
They
question.
made you believe in Jesus.
Yeah, well, listen, I was a kid and my parents made me believe in Jesus.
I think Dave Chappelle said Jesus is
Santa
for poor
too.
people or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Church is for poor people. Or maybe fucking Bernie Mac said it. One of them said that shit. But there's a fucking... And every fucking hood is a church and a liquor store.
Yeah.
It's for poor people. It gives them something to believe in.
Nazis were scaring German people with UFOs in the 40s. I believe Bob Lazar. I do believe Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar is pretty fucking awesome. And what was that? What's that? Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind? It was called, I think.
No, I was talking about the movie. I was like, yeah, I saw that fucking Spielberg movie.
No, it's a documentary about Close Encounters. I'm pretty sure it's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and it shows how these guys go out in the desert and they meditate and you know, supposedly aliens can speak telepathically, and they get these groups together and they meditate in the middle of the desert, and they basically get aliens to come. You know, like you see the lights and all this kind of. Apparently, they do it. They film it. It's crazy. Fuck yes, Jesus was an alien.
I mean, I don't know, man. I really wished fucking people weren't brainwashed with the whole fucking religion thing, because that just tore the whole world apart.
It divides us like crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like you got the Christians, you got the Catholics, you got the Jews, you got the Muslims, you got the Protestants, you got the fucking who are those fucking cocksuckers in Utah? The Mormons.
Yeah.
Got the flat earthers.
The flat earthers. That's a whole
that's
other
a whole
fucking
other thing of stupidity.
Fucking pre-Galileo.
I don't know. I've said about flat Earth being stupid sometimes, and I've seen people look at me like,
I don't know. They almost got me, bro. Like somebody almost got me. Who I was talking to, but almost got me with the whole flat Earth thing, bro. Where I was really believing them. Where they were like talking about when you go to Antarctica and shit, it's the fucking wall of ice.
it's not.
You go over the wall of ice and you just go to another fucking plane.
Why can't we see California from where we are? I mean, I know there's mountains in the way and all that kind of shit, but why can't we see further? Because of the curvature of the Earth. You know what I mean? Why can't you see fucking... It sounds funny, but the whole lizard people idea from the aliens is creating mankind. And
We
are their slaves.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, we're somebody's fucking cattle or sheep, man.
Listen, we were their slaves, and they dug out all the fucking precious metals and all that kind of shit that they needed from the earth. So
Wait,
now
did they fucking manipulate us, making us think gold is precious and silver?
And now we're the kind of leftovers of the slave days when they they brought us down here as fucking slaves, and we harvested all the shit we need.
So
to
what
harvest
happens when we go? What happens when we die?
I don't know.
Like imagine like we're not nothing. You just close your eyes, boom, gone.
I kind of hope not. I hope not. There was a guy back in the day who was doing it. They wouldn't let him. There was a guy doing experiments with people who were in like hospice, and he would have them on a scale, and when they passed away, they would actually get heavier. Oh, was it heavier or lighter? Lighter.
Yeah.
Because then the soul would be leaving the body.
Yeah, but come on, how come when a person dies, bro, they're heavy as shit to pick up, man? It's just like they call it dead weight.
Yeah, or they get heavier. Something like, I forget, one of the fucking two. But he was doing all these experiments.
There's some science behind that, though. There's usually science behind everything.
You know what I seen the other day was a guy, I saw on YouTube, a guy with a Tesla who created a generator on the side of his fucking wheel that regenerates his battery, so he never has to stop at a charging station. Yeah.
Well, you saw that one guy that fucking, Tesla's trying to charge him $26,000 for a new fucking battery.
Yeah.
And he already paid like almost like $200-something fucking $1,000 for it.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm waiting for that guy to get fucking whacked. The guy who created the generator for.
It's just like that's probably just like the guy who fucking who created fucking instead of using gas, you could use water to power a car.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Got whacked.
He disappeared.
I mean, so did Bob Lazar. He disappeared too.
Bob Lazar's still around.
I know, but like you haven't since he fucking came out talking. I haven't seen shit from.
Have
Bob
you guys researched? Yes, I know MK Ultra shit.
What the fuck is MK Ultra?
MK Ultra was back in the 60s and 70s. They were doing. It's where they tested LSD. Bob Lazar's totally around, dude. You got to get Discovery Plus. He does shit all the time. It's great. MK Ultra was back during the Vietnam era where they were doing tests on soldiers with LSD. What's his name?
Giving soldiers LSD?
Yes, they were doing experiments with them with LSD.
Fucking PCP can
Why
make
would
a
you give
super
fucking people with guns LSD?
Well, they were trying to make them super soldiers. You saw Jacob's Ladder, right?
I saw fucking Captain America. No, I did see Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder. It's basically based on a true shit.
That movie was fucking trippy.
They would give them acid and do experiments on it. They were trying to create the super soldier. Okay. What's his name? The Unabomber, Kaczynski.
Yeah.
He was part of MK Ultra. He was a kid. He was in Harvard. The Manson family is heavily connected to MK Ultra. The Kaczynski was definitely part of. He Kaczynski went to Harvard like way too young. He went at like 16 or 17 years old.
Oh, some Doogie Howser shit?
Yeah, he was super smart, like super intelligent. But, you know, they let him go to fucking Harvard at that age, so he didn't get any social skills or all this kind of shit. Yeah. But they also did MK Ultra experiments with him also. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, MK Ultra was fucked up. But, I mean...
But now MK Ultra happens in every neighborhood when they're like, yo, let me get some acid, bro.
Yeah, well.
MK Ultra.
Yo, they were giving him huge doses of it, though.
Oh.
They weren't like...
No little tab, little
No, they weren't. Some people, they were doing huge... There's some great documentaries about it. There was one recently where they talked to the guys who were involved in it.
But just a little fucking tab would fucking wreck you.
Yeah,
I can't
imagine doing 8 to 10 of those. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, there was one. I forget.
There's no coming back.
Yeah, well, some of these guys say they still have dreams to this day, or still have flashbacks to this day of from so much acid they gave them and shit.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it reminds me of this chick that I know. It's probably like small. She's gonna come through one of these days. She used to come hang out here all the time. She's got to be like smaller than Moon.
Yeah,
and she
the
said
fuck
like
is Moon?
What of the dancers.
What do you got like fucking? What is that fucking that movie called? Fuck, man.
The Orphan.
No. The fucking movie about all the monsters that live under the fucking cemetery. Nightbreed.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know, what is this Nightbreed over here, bro? You got Moon, Star, and all this crazy shit.
Yeah, we got stripper names. What are you talking about? Moon Pie.
Yeah, we got
Sky.
We got Moon, Sky, Star, Saturn.
Dick Witch.
Yeah, but yeah, this chick has to be like, I don't know, like 85 pounds. She was telling me this time that she ate a 5-pound bag of mushrooms.
Yeah. You can't eat a 5-pound bag of mushrooms.
No, she said it was awful, but she was telling me like, it's like I never stopped tripping, and that was 5 years ago.
Oh, fucking her name's Moon, for Christ's sake, bro.
No, not Moon. She's just a tiny chick like that.
I think a couple of our girls have eaten way too many mushrooms or done too much acid. Mushrooms will kind of go away after a while.
Yeah, acid burns your fucking brain, right? Or
So they're doing experiments on LSD with
I gotta go to bed now.
with Alzheimer patients because it does, you know. Listen, this is why fucking what's his name? You know, we were talking with Malcolm. When you do acid young, I did it too fucking young. I was doing acid at 15, 16 years old. Do you know what I mean? Like it can fuck up your brain chemistry, and I honestly think it fucked up mine a little bit. And but I think that they're working with LSD right now with Alzheimer patients, and apparently it's having a strong effect on Alzheimer patients, where it's kind of like resetting the receptors in their brain, and it's actually making them kind of come out of it a little bit. So.
Yeah, they were saying that about PTSD and like psilocybin.
Yeah,
and mushroom. I mean, I'm sure it could fucking help.
Yeah, it can totally. Listen, if it can do that, I know guys who have done it with that microdose in mushrooms. I know guys who have been in the military who microdose mushrooms. I know them guys who have done ayahuasca. I also know a guy who couldn't handle it. Who did ayahuasca and like he fucking freaked the fuck out. You got to be open to it and open to the change. You know what I mean? But
that's why I haven't fucking done DMT yet. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'm ready yet.
Listen, man, I've done ayahuasca and DMT is a lot. Like it's a fucking lot. It's a fucking whack to the brain. And you got to do it in the right setting. I mean, I did it with fucking in Prospect Park with Havoye and fucking, it was fucking Purple and freaking Jeremy. Like, it wasn't the best surroundings. I should have been doing it.
Oh, my gosh. So you trying to see mushrooms in Prospect Park?
No,
not mushrooms, aliens.
DMT. Yeah, well, I saw Super Mario Brothers. That's what I saw.
What?
Yeah. When I did it, it was just like mushrooms just started going boop, boop. Like the world turned into Super Mario Brothers. And the trees just went, and like mushrooms just started popping up. And I was like, I was along for the ride.
I had some fucking customers in here tripping like a couple of nights ago. And it's like, it's so weird because when you've done enough mushrooms, you can just tell when somebody's tripping.
Yeah.
It's like you can almost feel it. It's like, I said, which one of y'all tripping right now? They were like, all of us.
I don't know how you do it in public, man. When I do fucking mushrooms, I don't want to be around any. I'm too self-conscious. I guess I'm almost 50 years old, too, so I guess I feel like a degenerate.
Not even when I was fucking younger, I didn't want to do it around people.
See, I could do acid and go into public back in the day when I was in my teens. Now, I mean, once I hit my early 20s and I had responsibilities and shit, I couldn't go into public doing acid.
No.
I particularly think it's a little bit hard to trip in here. There's a lot of different types of stimulation in here.
I mean, I could do it if you emptied the fucking place out and locked the door.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of energy in here
and
too.
And like the second you step outside, it's like, oh, I feel so much better. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't really want to do that.
Nah,
man.
it's just
Yeah.
if you cats ever come to fucking Lucky 13 at 644 Sackett Street in Brooklyn, New Jersey, Brooklyn, New York, you check out these fucking walls, bro, and you're tripping on some shit, you're gone, bro.
Listen, you could feel the energy from every person that put a fucking sticker on this wall. You can't really handle that.
Drink beer. Don't mushrooms in here. Let's keep drinking. Except when you drink, when you do mushrooms, you can drink like a fucking champ. So
Yeah, because this is another story that happened between me and Rudy. Now we've been doing mushrooms for a long time, and I don't fucking recommend this. Do not drink and do mushrooms at the same time. So his mind was clear, but his body was drunk. So he could talk to you just fine, but he'll stand up, he'll be falling over and shit. He's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't really feel drunk, but he just couldn't stand up.
dude, I've done that on acid. When I used to do acid, I could drink. I was not a big drinker when I was younger. Mushrooms are for outside. Acid is inside. See, there you go. Mushrooms are totally for outside. The fucking, with the like mushrooms are nice and organic, and you get like you want to be in the fucking woods around
The
a
first
fire.
time I tripped on mushrooms, I was in a park.
Yeah,
It was
See,
fucking
that's
the
the
sun
good-
was coming up. It was fucking beautiful.
that's a great way to do
Yeah.
it. Great way to do it. You don't want to be fucking in like.
Whenever I fucking came in here on mushrooms, it would turn into like that pixelated porn.
Yeah,
It would just get like blurry, and I'm just like, I can't be in here. Can't see anything. Everything looks mosaic.
Mushroom tea is fucking great. Mushroom tea
That's
is
how
really
I had
good.
it the first time.
Yeah,
First time I had fucking tea.
That's some new shit.
yeah. No, mushroom
I've
tea.
never fucking heard
Mushroom
of it.
tree is great. You can make it with, listen, wintertime, make a nice apple cider and fucking cook the mushrooms in it. It's fucking
Yeah.
delicious. I did way too much the one night. I thought my ex was epileptic. And I remember, listen, this is fucking, my ex had epilepsy. And I remember, like, we were coming down. And, like, this is back when I was 40. And I remember being like, oh, my God, please don't have a seizure. I don't want to go to the hospital and be like, fucking,
Oh, so you're
I'm
just
on
stressing
fucking
that
mushrooms.
shit.
At the end, it was the end. I was having a great time up until the end.
Because it's one of those things that you should have been thinking about, but you weren't, but now you're thinking about it.
Yeah. But then I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking degenerate walking to the fucking hospital. I'm like, I'm 40 years old. I did a whole bunch of fucking mushrooms tonight. My sister is a hippie. I've had mushrooms in every way possible. Yeah, they're delicious. I got mushroom chocolate bars in my refrigerator, in
Get
my
the
freezer.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. I feel like I got fucking potato fries in my freezer.
Oh man, there was a not last year, if not last year, the year before. I did fucking mushrooms every day for a month, and I did something like 5,000 push-ups that month. It's crazy. I just found like the chart where I was writing it down every day, and like the crazy shit I was writing.
Listen, you can, microdosing is fucking good. You're like, if you can handle it, like microdosing is good.
What is microdosing?
Just take small bits of it.
Well,
just
I mean,
take small
what
bits
is
of
it? It's just like little
Like
pieces they sell.
half a
or-
gram. Like it has to be regulated.
Yeah,
and
you
measured.
do some research. You fucking grind it up into a powder, and then you like take a scoop. You can make capsules out of it if you want to, or fucking just put a little bit in your fucking cup.
But they
of
said it's
coffee
supposed to
in
be
the
good
morning.
for you though. Now They're
Depends on what kind of shit you got going on. If you got depression issues and all that kind of stuff, it could be good for you. I have friends who microdose acid.
saying. I got nothing going on being fat.
It might send you to the gym, man.
It could help your willpower. You know what I mean?
yeah, you're
Have you got stoned and never gone to the gym?
I don't like
And
being around
worked out?
people. I don't like being around people.
I don't love being around people. When I'm
Yeah,
stoned
that's the
either.
only thing that fucks me up is I don't like because I feel like I'm like yo, they're all staring. I feel
you
like
have
carrying shit, bro. They're all laughing at me.
No, nobody's looking at. Do you got a bicycle?
Yeah,
Joe, get stoned and ride your bike.
really?
I'm
You'll
telling
probably
you.
do like 25 fucking miles.
You will, man. Like it's gonna be hard at first, but
Yeah.
I don't even smoke weed. It gets me paranoid. But I have to say, like, if I get on a bike and I smoke a little bit of weed, I can focus and I can just fucking. He's a D can't even do a podcast when he's stoned.
That's why I'm sober
Yo,
on this one. When I'm
he-
home, I'm stoned.
He
and I'm-
could ride a bike though. He could totally fucking ride a bike.
Yeah, that fucking month when I was doing it is when I was going to the gym at 5 a.m. before work, and I was
5 in the morning.
yeah, and I would just
Look at him.
He's fucking pumped.
Yeah.
Well, if any of you guys ever saw a fucking Cowboy from Hell's fucking pitches, he's fucking ripped.
Yeah.
But I would do it like before I leave the house, go to the gym, and there's only real motherfuckers in the gym at 5 a.m. So you're not worried about what anybody's thinking, what anybody's looking at.
No.
And I also had this mentality because I used to wear glasses before I got
Oh,
LASIK.
but dude, you're ripped, bro. Nobody's looking at you.
I don't-
People who look at you are probably like, damn, I wish I was like
That's
that.
not
But dude, I don't look at it. I mean, I look at chicks' asses in the gym. Oh my god! So I got a story for you. So I was in the gym the other day, right? Listen, and I'm not like, oh, look at this fucking chick. I'm just like, oh, she's got a banging body. I don't go that deep with it. You know what I mean? Everybody's there to work out. Everybody's there to fucking do something, right? So I'm in the gym the other day, and I'm like fucking sitting there. I'm working out, and I'm like, there was a girl, fucking, I don't know, 30 yards away from me, and she's got a banging body. I'm like, whatever. I don't really read that much into it. I'm not, I'm not trying to pick up anybody
You're
at the gym.
dude.
I'm looking at her ass when she's bending over. I'm like, she's in great shape, So then a little bit later on, I go to walk up the stairs, and she's in front of me in like these little bicycle shorts, like nice plump butt, you know what I mean? Like, and then I look down, dude, she had fucking hairier legs than me. I was like, what the fuck are you doing in that
hippie.
little and dude, she was like a cute girl, you know what I mean? Like, and like nice and tight, like fucking, but
Maybe
like,
you caught her on that month, that
month,
week.
bro. This is years of neglect. This is years of fucking neglect. Not attractive. And listen, we're in Park Slope. It's lesbian central out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God loves you, and she was adorable.
God doesn't love lesbians.
Yeah, Jesus does though.
He's a dealer, bro.
But holy fucking hairy legs. God
Listen,
damn.
fucking being a lesbian doesn't mean you don't gotta shave your legs.
Yeah, hippies still exist. My sister didn't shave her up. Yo, I can't get it. We've had a fucking
Here we go.
a go-go dancer. Do you remember that musty girl that got up on the bar? That musty punk rock chick fucking got up on the bar, and like I was like,
Wait, that was the one you were talking about that fucking came in and started fucking, hitting on somebody and then fucking got booed
No,
on the same day?
that was the furry.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But not like I wasn't even here that day. Josh texted me, and I was like, I could smell her through the text. I was like, I know exactly who that is.
Dude, she was fucking. Yeah, she comes in here. She's filthy.
She looks like she just took a shower, but
Yeah.
she didn't. She looks like wet. Clothes is all stuck to her with sweat.
Listen, if that's what you're into, listen. I have friends who fucking they don't give a shit. They're like, whatever. And listen, I can deal with a little bit going on down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I grew up in the fucking 80s, 90s, 2000s. I can deal with a little bit of
A
that.
little bit of funky monkey.
Yeah, I'm all right with a little bush down there, but armpits and legs, get rid of it. Get rid of it.
This ain't Europe, baby.
Yeah,
It's America.
Yeah, you want to keep a little on the bush? It's totally fucking.
I don't
cool.
mind a little bit of cotton candy.
Yeah,
you know?
me neither. I don't mind a little something to floss my teeth with.
I guess in California they call them crust punks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
They are crust punks.
Oh man.
Yeah, crusties.
It's like if you don't fucking shave, I don't know. Do you wipe your ass?
I don't know.
It's like,
Yeah.
or is it just? It's just the
Maybe
vibe.
they got a
'cause
bidet.
They're too cheap with toilet. No, they don't have a bidet.
That
They
fucking
definitely
outhouse, fucking mud hut.
don't. Yeah.
Mud hut.
Mud hut. Listen, man, as I said, to each their own, but it's not for fucking me. This girl was adorable and fucking had a big old Wookiee legs.
Shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, so go stoned. Dude, you go to the gym stoned and you run into
right.
something like that, nobody's looking at you. They're looking at that.
All right. So
You know?
yeah, I got it because my wife wants to go to the fucking gym and she's like, "Let's go," and I'm like, my anxiety levels start skyrocketing.
Dude,
and
once
shit.
you got to get through that anxiety part. I have that also. I don't love being around people like that. Once you get over that and you realize nobody's fucking paying attention to you. Honestly, when I see a freaking heavy person in there, I'm like, I hope I see you every day. You know what I mean? I love when I go in there and I see a heavy
You calling me
person.
fat, bro?
No, I'm not calling you. I'm calling you husky.
All right, that's nice. That's an '80s term. All right, I like that.
Yeah. Like I'm rooting for that fucking dude, and I think most, eat stinky and mean. Easy stinky and mean. Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, here's the thing though. Can you see without your glasses?
Yeah.
Like you can see just fine.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you the mentality that I used to have because I used to wear glasses. I used to be blind as fuck, but I used to take off my glasses when I went to the gym because I used to think that same shit. I used to think, oh, everybody's looking at me, blah blah blah. If I took my glasses off, all I could see was the weights that I was picking up. I couldn't see the chick over there with the fat ass. I couldn't see somebody that's like maybe laughing at me because I'm not that strong as shit.
Yeah.
But it was just like I'm here. I can see what I'm doing. For the amount of time that I'm doing it, then I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I still have that mentality to go to the gym. I'm not really looking at it anyway. Sometimes I get distracted. I see a nice ass and I go focus the way The Rock does.
So when you go to the gym, you take your contacts out?
I don't wear contacts.
See what's good though too, man. If you start going to the fucking gym, then you can eat those bag of M&Ms once in a while. You know what I mean? Like
big bag of M&Ms, Jeff.
Listen, don't eat the whole fucking thing. Eat a handful. But I'm telling you, like, you fucking can work that. Don't go too crazy. But if you like, you know, you can cheat a little bit if you go to the fucking gym. You know, you got to focus. Listen, it's 90% diet. It's 90%
And
diet.
I'm crying like I'm paying for it. I'm getting offered a free gym.
Oh shit! You get a free gym? Go.
Better fucking go.
As long as it's not Planet Fitness.
Yeah, I want
It
to take
is.
that.
Oh, is it?
It is, yeah.
Planet Fitness.
They closed down a small one, and all they got is a big fucking Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness fucking gives out free pizza.
Yeah, that doesn't make any fucking
That's
sense.
stupid.
Yes, it's fucking totally stupid.
How do you what?
I don't know. Planet Fitness is a
Hey,
fucking.
he just burned this off. Now eat it.
Yeah,
Then come back
It's
tomorrow.
like, how do the people that work there not be in shape? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of how it is.
Yo, that cracks me up when you see trainers who are just like fat fucks. I'm like, how are you? Come on. When I go to the gym, I just whip my dick out and exercise the muscle. Yeah,
You're a fucking.
yeah. You wouldn't be on your.
Oh,
You'd
Jesus
be chilling
Christ,
out.
Scribble.
Jeffrey Dahmer did that too.
You know what else did that? The fucking Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Well, he's back to normal now. Nobody
do you mean?
fucking. They forgot this shit. They forgot he was jerking off in front of people.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
he listen.
But he asked them though.
in his defense, he asked.
Yeah.
You know what? The problem is it was pre-OnlyFans. Now, if he was on OnlyFans asking people if he could jerk off on them, they fucking
No,
pay
it's
him
like
for
it's like you know, he got caught at the wrong time. Like, listen, if I was in the room with you guys and I was like, hey, you guys mind if I jerk off?
I'd walk out. I'm like,
Exactly.
do your thing. I'm out of here.
But if you're like, yeah, good. Yeah, do your thing. You know what I mean? Like fucking.
I don't think anybody got mad. I think the people that got mad were the people that heard the stories of why would
Exactly.
you let him jerk off in front of you?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. He just jerked off.
He did. Sarah Silverman talked about it. She's like, yeah, whatever. She's like, it's just Louis.
Yeah.
fucking Dave Chappelle was like, you know, you could just hang the fucking phone up. Like, you stayed there on the phone while he's jerking off. It's like, man, I've been in the fucking room with some dudes doing some weird shit before too, and it's just like, if you're real uncomfortable, you fucking leave. One time we're like hanging out like as boys, drinking beer and shit.
Here we go.
No. and we're hearing this fucking sound, and this dude is like in a corner watching porn, and we're like, "What's wrong with you, bro? Like, you getting turned on in a room full of dudes?"
What?
And it's like, yo, either you get the fuck out of here or we're leaving.
Yeah.
You know, you don't sit there like, all right, go ahead, do your thing, bro. Like, nah.
Yeah, I've been around some weird shit before too. You leave. You leave.
Yeah.
You leave.
You leave. I got myself into a position like that. Me and Diane put ourselves in a position like that not long ago. We were like, all right, it's time to go.
I've been in that position way too many times.
Just taking advantage of the current.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're jerking off, I'm out. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I feel the
You
same
know,
way.
it's like, what the fuck, dude? I mean,
I feel the same way. If you're jerking off or you're taking a shit in the corner, I'm out of here.
yeah,
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
fucking nonsense. These all sensitive fucking what do they call them? You fucking non-thick skin motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. Head over ears. Everybody's fucking upset. Man, we've had a good one. We're fucking,
Oh, yeah. We're at an hour and 12.
yeah. Doing all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Next
All right.
week we got Jerry X from Dead Crew.
Yep. Next week, Jerry's a good dude. I've known Jerry a long time. It'll be fun. And yeah,
And then after that we got Tim McMurtry from formerly of MOD, now of
full blown chaos.
Full Blown Chaos. No, former Full Blown Chaos.
Oh, he's not
Angry
with them
Corpse.
either?
Angry Corpses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect timing because I got to fucking piss.
All right, motherfuckers, man. Yeah, free Dave. What? Free David Ellison. Whoa. Yeah, what? David Ellison? Where the fuck is he? He's in jail.
David Elson.
He's the bass player from Megadeth.
Yeah, didn't he get fucked up? He got fucking. He got yeah. It was. Carrie will be on.
Carrie will be on.
Carrie will be on next month.
Yeah.
Next month. Actually, he's going to be on our Christmas special.
Yeah, he's gonna be here with fucking Jimmy Duff.
Yeah. All right, Cowboy from Hell. Fucking that guy. Jeff Lucky 13. D. You.
All right, make sure you motherfuckers out there like and subscribe everything Lucky 13 Saloon. If you want to follow us on social media, we're at Lucky 13 SP. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week with Jerry X.
Scribble, keep it real.
Keep it real, Scribble, motherfucker.